Hey guys, so we are going to do my last declutter video, which are these two bins down here. It is the eyeshadow palettes, and I am going to preface this by saying it is going to be the hardest category to get rid of. I have this weird obsession with eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why, but I love eyeshadow palettes. So I know that it's going to be hard for me to get rid of any of them. I'm going to do my best and get rid of some, but I cannot make any promises on how many I will actually get rid of. Apologies in advance, because I know it's going to be awful. I'm not going to want to get rid of any of them, but I need to get rid of some because I have no more room. Like, this is the only organizer I have for makeup, and I'm running out of room for any more eyeshadow palettes. All right, I'm going to show you what I've decluttered so far. This little pile here is my mom's. She's already gone through some of it, but this right here, she still needs to go through the rest of it and see what she wants out of it. Like all my highlighters, blush, single eyeshadows. Some of it has to be thrown away though, because it is so freaking old. This Soap and Glory and like these NYX lip oils are like 5 years old. Same with this number 7 lip gloss. So some of this is going to have to be thrown away simply because it is so old and I've just been hoarding it for years. But the lip products, I don't know what I'm going to do with the ones that I don't want, but I've used. I mean, my mom may want some of them, but I'm not going to give away lip products that I've used before. I'm just not doing it. I'll get rid of all this other stuff, but I just can't do lip products. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with everything once it's all decluttered either. I don't have a ton of people in my life to give makeup to, and I've never sold anything on like Mercari or Poshmark or anything like that. I may try it, but I don't know. It's a possibility, but as of right now, I'm not entirely sure because everything has been used, whether it's just been swatched on my arm. One way or another, I've had my hands, clean hands, in the pans and swatched said product on all of it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with everything once it's all said and done, but we'll see. My mom's definitely going to pick through it first, and then we'll go from there. We are going to tackle these. I'm not expecting to do well here at all. I may surprise myself, but I don't even know how many palettes I have. So I'm going to count once I'm completely done. A lot of them came from like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Nordstrom Rack when I was in New York, BoxyCharm and Ipsy. That's where a lot of them came from. Let's get started. All right, first up we have this Nikita Morphe palette. I got this from TJ Maxx for 20 bucks. I have never used it. I've swatched a few of the shades. I've only swatched like the shimmers. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. They're okay, but I have so many other palettes that are just way better. So we're going to declutter this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, like that shade is pretty. I did swatch a few of the mattes just because they are really pretty, but I highly doubt I'll ever use these. And I have some pink palettes and I have way more purples that I like that I am going to keep. And the silver is really pretty, but I have a ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette that I love. Those just, it wasn't the silver that I like wanted it to be. But this shade right here is gorgeous, but I'm not going to keep this huge palette for one freaking shade. I'm just not going to do it. So we're going to get rid of this. Next, we have this Ace Beauté Violet Sage palette. I think this came in like an Ipsy or a BoxyCharm. I mean, it's pretty, but I think the only shades that I would actually really use are those purples. And again, I have other palettes. Greens are okay, but just not those kind of greens. I'm more like into the teal blue greens than those. We are also going to declutter this. We have the Glamlight Hershey Kisses palette, the Lava Cake one. I'm keeping this. I don't have a ton of pink palettes. This is a palette that I will keep for one singular shade. That palette is huge. It takes up a lot of space. This one, not so much. That top shade is just so pretty. So pretty. If I can get it, because you can see that shift in the light. It's kind of like got a pink green. I think it's got a green shift to it. It is beautiful. There's a swatch of it. It is just really pretty. And it does look really pretty on the eyes. Like, I like Glamlight's formula a lot. I have quite a few Glamlight palettes that I got. Some kind of box. And it was a ton of palettes for like $99. This wasn't included. I got this at TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. All the other Glamlight palettes I have, I got in that little box that they were selling, and it was dirt freaking cheap. I think I got like 6 or 7 palettes for $99. It was a really good deal, and I love their formula. It is fantastic. So definitely keeping this. Here we have the Too Faced. That's my Jam palette. I just got this in an Ipsy. I don't know about this one. I just got it, but I know myself well enough to know that I highly doubt that I'm ever gonna freaking use it. And it's sad because it was my first Too Faced palette that I've ever received or gotten at all, and I just wasn't that impressed, to be completely honest. So I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. If I'm this indecisive, it means I need to get rid of it. So we're gonna put it in the declutter for now, but if you see it in the next one 6 months from now, that means I turned around and decided to keep it. So I apologize. But as of right now, we're going to declutter it. All right, next we have this Trays Loose. And if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. This was actually a standout product from this month's Ipsy box. It was my favorite product that I did get. And I was actually surprised. I decluttered, I think, every single Trays Loose highlighter palette or whatever I've gotten from Ipsy in my highlight declutter video. The eyeshadow palette blew me away. It's absolutely stunning. I'm not big on neutrals, but this little corner right here in this pink drew me in so much. It's stunning. The mattes feel really good. The shimmers are the hero here. Absolutely beautiful. But it's just a stunning palette. So I'm very excited that I have this because I didn't think I would be that happy about it, to be honest, but it actually worked out really well in the end. So I'm very happy to have this, and I am very excited to create a look with it eventually. So definitely keeping this. I'm not going to go through and swatch stuff on every palette, but the ones that stand out, I may. All right, so next we have this Dose of Colors She's a 10 palette. We're 100% keeping this. I haven't had a chance to like fully try it yet, and I know I just said I'm not big on neutrals, but this palette is actually really pretty when swatched. The mattes felt really nice. The shimmers are beautiful, like stunning shimmers. So yeah, we're keeping it. You can never, even if you don't like neutrals, it's still nice to have a few neutral palettes in your collection. I never noticed that, but it's like 3 mattes, 2 shimmers. You see the pattern? It's like mattes, 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 and then the shimmers. That's oddly satisfying. I don't know why, but it is. But anyway, it's a very pretty palette. It is just a very nice palette. It is very pretty. Definitely keeping that. And here we have an Il Makiage 8-pan palette. And this is in Hundo P. We're definitely keeping this because I got this as an add-on in Ipsy. Their shimmers are unlike any shimmer formula I have ever felt in my life. Even their mattes are. It is the oddest texture, but they feel absolutely amazing at the same time. I had gotten a quad from Ipsy and was so impressed with the quad. When I saw this in add-ons like a month or 2 later, I had to get it because it blew, the quad blew me away. It's just, it's almost like an eyeshadow formula you need to try out to see what I mean, because it's very hard to describe. I don't know if it's like cream to powder or something like that. They're just a very unique eyeshadow formula that I enjoy quite a bit. I have never tried them on the eyes yet, but that's why I'm keeping this one, and I will be keeping the quad so I can try them out. That is absolutely stunning. I can't, like, it's just so pretty. I'll swatch it. I mean, look at that. I don't get it. I don't understand what kind of formula it is, but holy crap, is it amazing. All right, and next we have a Yves Saint Laurent palette. I got this at TJ Maxx for 40 bucks. That is still expensive and stuff, but I think I'm still gonna keep it because that's expensive. I love the outer packaging of it too. Like, it really does look like a little, like you would just hold it like a clutch. Like, it's cute. And here's what it looks like. I mean, it is really pretty, but I don't think I'll ever use that yellow. I'm not big on yellows, but I'm keeping it regardless though, as of right now, because it was expensive and I'm not ready to let it go. That silver shimmer is really pretty, but they feel nice. I'm not sure how it compares to other high-end makeup brands, but as of right now, we're gonna keep it. Maybe in 6 months, may get rid of it. We'll see. I totally forgot that these are in here. Some random little liquid glitter shadows. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them. Ooh, I might keep that one though. That's pretty. That one, well, that one's kind of pretty too. It's a little bit more, it's like got silver glitter versus this one just looks like a clear base. But it kind of has the same glitter in it, but that one looks clear and that one looks more like silver. I just swatched this one. I wanted to see. That's pretty. It's got like a blue, pink shift. I'm probably gonna keep them as of right now, and then in 6 months, if I have never used them, then they're gonna go somewhere else. Okay, next, we have some more liquid glitter eyeshadows that, again, I forgot I had, but we're gonna keep them because this one is another little, it looks like the ColourPop Ice Dream shade, but in liquid form. We're gonna keep them for now. If I don't use them in 6 months, then we'll get rid of them. I did do some swatches. I swatched this one, this one, this one, and this one. See that second one? It's like a blue, pink, purple shift. That bottom one, I mean, it gives some glitter, but we're gonna keep it for now though, but I'll probably end up getting rid of them eventually. I just don't use liquid eyeshadows that much. I have a problem and I know I do, and I'm so sorry and I can't help it. All right, next we have this little Ofra palette. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it because I haven't really gotten a chance to play with it. I don't think I can let it go yet. I'm sorry. Here we have an Aether Beauty palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy, probably an Ipsy. I don't think I'm ever gonna use it, dude. Seriously, I'm probably gonna get rid of it. The only shade that like really sticks out to me that I like is that top one. And I'm pretty sure I have it in other palettes. So we're gonna let that go. Here we have a mini pro palette from Beauty Creations. I got this in an Ipsy add-on for like $3.50. The only reason I got it is because of those blue colors, but I have another blue palette. I don't need this one. I think the quality was fine. It wasn't awful. For $3.50, it wasn't bad at all. I need room for other palettes that I like more and will get in the future. So we're gonna declutter this one. All right, here we have an Ace Beauté Smoky Roses palette. I'm 100% keeping this. The silvers and the metallics are absolutely stunning. Like, ugh, so pretty. I'm not getting rid of it yet. There's also something weird about that one down there, but look at the glitter. It's really pretty, but it's got like a hole. Do you see that in the middle? I noticed it when I was swatching it for my Reddit. I post my unboxing on Reddit. We're 100% keeping this. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful. And Ace Beauté has a really good formula. Here's one of my all-time favorite silver smoky palettes. It's the ColourPop Blow and Smoke palette. It is absolutely amazing. The mattes are great, and that silver, oh, chef's kiss. When I used to do makeup like a few years ago, I would use the Physicians Formula. I actually have it in the gold, this one, but in the black and silver one, that was my go-to palette. I loved the silver smoky eye so much, but I didn't really know how to do makeup or eye looks back then, so it didn't look the best. But when I started getting into makeup and learning and actually learning how to blend and all that good stuff, I wanted this ColourPop one so bad. I am not 100% comfortable with like blacks or super dark shades yet, but I'm building up my abilities and learning and all that good stuff to eventually one day be comfortable with it. But I do love a good silver smoky eye. I love it. That silver is just so metallic and so reflective. It is just beautiful. And I did an eye look with this once and it turned out really pretty. That metallic shade on the lid, oh, gorgeous. So 100% keeping that. It's not going anywhere. It's a fantastic palette. Okay, and here we have another ColourPop palette. This is the Enchanted palette. It's not going anywhere. Purples, I think, are my all-time favorite eye color to do. I do enjoy greens. Well, not like deep greens, kind of like teal blue greens with the green multi-chrome on top of it that kind of shifts to purple, blue. So, anyway. And I do like blue eyeshadow looks a lot too. But purple is like my all-time favorite go-to. And then putting the ColourPop Ice Dream Super Shock shade on the lid. Ugh, so pretty. I haven't ever really played with this yet, so we're keeping it. It's not going anywhere. That Shapeshifter shade is so pretty. It's a beautiful palette. I want to keep it. We'll swatch this one. I think it's more of like a glitter shade, to be honest. Oh, it's so pretty. Got a little baby eyeshadow palette. It's so little. It's so cute though, but it like fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Viseart palette. I was supposed to get a different palette, but it was missing from my Ipsy, and they told me they were gonna send it to me, but they never did. They sent me this instead. So it's a better quality and better brand than what I was supposed to get. I can't even remember what I was supposed to get, but I remember being more excited that I got this. I was happy with it. We're gonna keep it. It's tiny, it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's perfect for traveling. Like if you don't wanna take a whole lot of makeup with you, this would be perfect for traveling. I mean, you've got multiple different matte shades, a transition shade, you can deepen it up, and then shimmers for the, you know, lid. It's a fantastic little travel palette. Definitely keeping it. It's just so little and tiny. See, it like fits in the palm of my hand. It's so cute. All right, here we have a Pixie by Petra glittery eye quad in rose bronze. I think I got this on clearance at where I used to work, and I have never touched it or swatched it or done anything with it. So I think we're gonna let it go, even though that last one down there is calling my name. Look how pretty that is. But I have to be realistic and know that it has been sitting for I don't know how long, and if I have never used it up until now, I highly doubt I'm ever going to use it in the next 6 months. I just like holographic glitter. It's just so pretty. So pretty. I know myself well enough to know that I'm probably never ever going to pick that up and actually use it. Oh. Declutter. Here's this little palette. I got it from Amazon for really freaking cheap. The only problem is this shade and this shade came completely shattered. But the good thing is they were easy, like really malleable, so I was just able to repress them with my finger. We're gonna keep it because it actually turned out to be a lot nicer than I expected. Not like super high quality or anything like that. Like it's not very pigmented, but the two shades that came broken are beautiful. Like that's really pretty. Like that one's just more of like a shifty color, but it's still beautiful. And those purples, ugh, stunning. I love purples, but this would be a good palette. Like if you're not like super comfortable with full pigment yet or something like that, because it's buildable. You know, like some of the eyeshadow palettes I have in here give you instant pigment and not a lot to work with if you're not comfortable with instant pigment right off the bat. Some people love a buildable formula. I like both. Both are fine. But with that being said, we're going to keep this. It's purple and it's cute. Talk about the world's smallest eyeshadow palette. It fits in my palm even more than the Viseart one did. It is like so tiny. My finger is almost as big as the pan. This is a Complex Culture Fresh Start eyeshadow palette. I think it was like dirt cheap in an add-on sale and I got it. It's a cute little travel palette, I'm not gonna lie. Transition, deepen it up, and one or the other on the shimmer, on the lid for shimmer. It's really pretty. I mainly got it for this shimmer shade right here. I just can't help it. I love shimmers. I don't like that gold because I'm not big on golds, but that white silver is really pretty. So it's tiny. We're going to keep it for now. Hey. Hi. Did you just wake up from a nap? Cutie. Hi. A little Ryker cameo. I put Ryker cameos in all my videos. Ain't that right? Isn't that right? Yes. He's a good boy. Get your little toenails. Can I touch your toes? Cute boy. Oh, here he comes. What you doing, dude? You're being nosy? What are you doing? Next we have this Dominique Cosmetics palette. I think I got it in a BoxyCharm or Nipsey, who knows. It's very pretty, but that Eternal shade is just a glitter. And don't get me wrong, I love glitter. I just don't really put glitter on my eyes. And it's gold glitter. If I was gonna put glitter on my eyes, I would want like a blue, purple, pink glitter. So I think we're gonna get rid of this just because I don't ever really see myself using it. Even though that glitter shade is stunning, I just don't think I'll ever use it, to be honest. So I think we're gonna declutter that. All right, next we have the Glam Light Barbie palette. I'm 100% keeping this, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I got it at TJ Maxx for $17. I mean, there's no questions asked. Like I said, I'm probably gonna keep every single Glam Light palette that I have because I love their formula, and I haven't even really had a chance to play with this. I don't even know if I've swatched a few shades, but not all of them. It's just so pretty. I love the purples and the pinks, the blues. They're just so pretty. Definitely keeping that one. And I know I would probably create way more room if I took the boxes out of all of these, but I don't know why, but I like to keep everything in their original boxes. It's just how I've always done it and how I'm going to continue to do it. I don't know. It may be weird for some, but I just like everything in their original packaging. So here we have the Donut palette. It is so pretty. That blue, ugh, gorgeous. Definitely keeping this. I just love the purples and the blues. They're really pretty. But yes, I know that if I took all the packaging off and out, like especially this one, I would have more room, but I just like everything in their original packaging. It's odd, I know, but I can't help it. And here we have the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. I'm keeping this because it's one of the few green palettes that I have. I don't have a lot of greens, at all. I have like 2 blue palettes, but nothing really for green, and I do like a green eye look when I use that green multi-chrome that I showed in the single shadow declutter. I love a look like that, but I need greens to create a look with that, so I have to keep this. Or greens and blues to kind of create a look with that because it shifts to like blue purple, but I need to keep this because it's the only greens I have, and it's just really pretty and it's really good quality. It's not going bye-bye just yet. All right, and here we have a Hip Dot palette. I don't know what to do about this one. Part of me wants to just get rid of it, but those shades are so pretty right there. I know I've had this palette for so freaking long and I've never used it. I've swatched it, but have I ever used it on my eyes? Nope. And I have the Ace Beauté palette, and I already have palettes that have blues in there. We're gonna declutter it. I've had it for so long and I've thought about decluttering it, but every time I never did. Look at me go. I'm finally gonna declutter it. Oh, surprising myself over here. Here we have a Eloise palette. This was from Ipsy or BoxyCharm. I mean, it's pretty. I was really excited and hoping I would get this just for that Las Vegas shade. It's not bad by any means. It's just not what I was expecting it to be. They're all shimmers. You can't, if you're someone that can create a look with all shimmers, bravo, but I cannot. Not yet anyway. It doesn't draw me in, and it doesn't make me want to use any of the shimmer shades, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna get rid of it. Here we have the Glamlight Icy palette, the red one, cherry. We're gonna keep it because I have no reds. I haven't even tried a red look yet. I do want to eventually. The white cherry Icy was my all-time absolute favorite. Yum. I can still taste it, and now I want one, but I have no idea if they're even sold anymore or where they're sold. I used to get them in Walmart when I was a kid, and I would get so excited when my parents would let me. I have no reds, so I want to keep this in case I ever do try a red look out. I'm not sure if I ever will, and if I don't, I may declutter this later, but I can pull off greens, purples, blues, silvers, smokies, icy whites, stuff like that, but I just don't know if I could pull off a red eyeshadow look. I don't. But for now, we're going to keep it. Here we have the other half of the Icy palette from Glamlight. Also love blue raspberry ices. Yum. My top two favorite icy flavors. Definitely keeping this. It's one of the only two blue eyeshadow palettes that I have, other than like the few blues that came in the Oceanic palette, but I don't have a ton of blues. We're going to keep this one. Like, the shimmers are fan-freaking-tastic. I have used this to create a blue look. Beautiful. Worked beautiful on the eyes. Blended out. Not patchy at all. It was just a really good palette to work with. That blue is so pretty. I mean, all the shades in here are just stunning. And the shimmers are fan-freaking-tastic. So yeah, this is not going anywhere at all. We have the Pure Anti-Pollution eyeshadow palette. I've never even swatched this. I got it at TJ Maxx for like $12.99. Never swatched it. Just never got around to it. The only shade in here that even drew me in was that silver shade right here. But I have the ColourPop Blow and Smoke Silver in that, and it's just fabulous. I don't need to keep this. It's a neutral palette, and I have other neutrals that I want to keep more. So we're going to let this one go. I totally forgot what this one looked like. We're going to let it go because it's not worth it to keep this one shade for this whole thing when I probably have that in something else already. So we're gonna let her go. Here we have another Wander Beauty. That's what this one was. This one is the Sweet Escape palette. We're keeping just because of those freaking purples. We are keeping because it's just that Sweet Dreams. Ugh, stunning. Just look at it. It's so pretty. It's not going anywhere. I love it. And it's pretty good quality too. It just goes from like blue to purple, pinky. It's just a really pretty shade. So we're going to keep her. And the last one out of this bin. Got one more to go through. This one is the Michaela Glamlight. Like I said, I did not buy this when it was launched. I don't watch Michaela. Nothing personal. It's just not for me. But the palette is stunning, and it's Glamlight's formula. I am 100% keeping it. It's very pretty. It's got some colors in there that I've never even tried to play with before, like yellows and like actual greens. Not like the multi-chrome green, but I've never tried an actual green look like that before, so maybe. This one has some beautiful purples, pinks, so we're gonna keep it. I don't want to let it go yet. That is just so oddly satisfying. It's just so pretty. It's hollow. I got one bin done. This is the keep. I told y'all it was not gonna be pretty. I knew it was gonna be hard. And then that is the declutter. I got rid of way more than I totally expected to out of this first bin. I did not expect to get rid of this or that hip dot palette. I didn't expect to get rid of much of any of it. So I'm very proud of myself. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here now though, so we'll do the second bin tomorrow. I am going to put this on my bed and put this up and organize it. And then tomorrow we'll go through the others. But yeah, I'll count how many palettes I decluttered and how many I kept and do like a little update in just a second. Okay, I counted. There was a total of 32 palettes. I kept 21 and decluttered 11. It's not great, I know this, but it's a start. And this was just the first bin. We still have all that to go through. I will finish recording tomorrow and then hopefully get this edited soon so I can put it up. But yeah, all right, y'all have a great night. Did you have a good nap? All right, this is the one we went through yesterday. Now we're gonna go through this one today. Ryker, he needs to be the center of attention. He just woke up from a nap. Hi, good morning. Well, it's like late afternoon. But anyway, we're gonna try and get through this one tonight. This was the declutter from yesterday. Let's get into this last bin right here. This one I've never opened it, I've never used it, swatched it, nothing. We're gonna declutter this. I love the silver one of this from this brand. It was like one of the first palettes I got and started making looks with. It's an all shimmer palette. I think that black down there is like a matte with sparkle, but it was just too much. The shimmers are beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. I just need mattes and then a shimmer shade on top, but we're gonna declutter this. I decluttered 11 palettes last night and I wanna see how many I decluttered today. And then we just have this little Urban Decay palette. I got it in like a little Christmas gift set from TJ Maxx. It came with like the primer potion and eyeliner and this palette from TJ Maxx. It's pretty and I do really like that blue shade, but honestly, don't think I'm gonna keep it. I don't think I'll ever use it. The shimmers, they're just okay. They're not fantastic. Let me get rid of that. Here we have a Fenty palette that I just got in Ipsy. I don't know if I want to keep this, to be honest. I swatched it. It's just not a color story that I really enjoy. If I'm this indecisive, that just means I need to let it go. I think we're gonna let it go because I really don't see myself ever using it, to be honest. And if it can go to a better home, I would rather that than anything, instead of me hoarding it for another 6 months and never use it. And here is the ABH. I think this is the Primrose palette. Yeah, I got this in an Ipsy icon box and I'm keeping it. I haven't had a chance to actually play with it. This shade came completely shattered, but it was malleable enough that I was able to just use my finger and repress it, which I appreciate. I was upset it came broken, but I was able to fix it. The shades are beautiful. It is a really nice neutral palette. Like I said before, you need neutrals because they're acceptable in everyday makeup look, even though I'm someone that prefers blues, purples, greens versus neutrals, but there is a time and place for neutrals. I'm definitely keeping this. I don't know how well I'm gonna do in this category, in this bin. I mean, I already know this category is gonna suck and me not being able to let go of as many as I probably should. But this bin, I don't know how well I'm gonna do. It's got all of like my more colorful makeup, like my purple palettes, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Right, and next we've got the Juvia's Place, the Rebel Grays quad. I'm not getting rid of this because the only gray silver I have is this one and the ColourPop Blow and Smoke one. And I love a good smoky gray silver eyeshadow look, so definitely not getting rid of this. And next we have the Soft Glam 2 palette. I got this in an Ipsy icon box. I think I'm gonna keep it just for now, but maybe in 6 months if I don't use it, I'll let it go. Here we have a little ColourPop quad tender loving Cancer. I'm not a Cancer. I am a Taurus Gemini cusp. My birthday is on May 21st. I just love purples, and that shade right there is just so beautiful. And this right here is a good travel palette, to be honest. You could do that all over as a transition and then just use that to deepen out the outer edge, and then one of those shimmers on top, and you have a cohesive look. And that shade right there is just so pretty. And I just love ColourPop. Their formula is absolutely fantastic, and it's just a great brand. Everything I've ever tried from ColourPop, I've loved. It's just sometimes the colors, like I decluttered 7 Super Shock shadows that I thought that I would like, but they just weren't for me. Now I know what I like and what colors I like when it comes to makeup. When I ordered all that ColourPop stuff, I was just kind of getting anything and everything. I didn't know what I really liked. Now I do. Now I know I like purples, blues, and smoky silvers and greens. Right now, I'm sticking to what I know and what I like. And that shade is just beautiful. I'm keeping this 100%. Here's this little random palette that I got from Amazon. It's actually pretty decent for a neutral palette. It's not very pigmented, but I'm assuming it's meant to be that kind of like no makeup look, very neutral, natural makeup style, which is totally fine if you like that. It also makes it very beginner friendly instead of being immediate pigment right off the bat. Palettes like this are light, they're buildable. So if you're a beginner and you're just learning how to do makeup, start off with something that doesn't pack a punch right off the bat. Get a palette that you have to build up the pigment to get the full effect. I have so many palettes in here that you have pigment immediately whenever you dip into the pan and apply it to your eye. It is full of pigment and color, and that may not be for some people. Some people may want to go more subtle, and it's harder to do whenever it's a palette that gives you instant color payoff. But I'm probably going to keep it because this one little glitter shade here is just so cute. It's so pretty. I like it. But I'm gonna keep it. And here is the Il Makiage quad. I'm keeping this. Il Makiage's formula is it's the most bizarre formula I've ever felt in my life, but it is absolutely amazing and feels so good. It's just something you have to try to understand what I'm talking about, because I really can't tell you. It's almost like cream. I don't know how to describe it. It's like creamy and almost wet feeling, but then it like turns into a powder. It's just different, but I love it. Like I said, I don't do a lot of neutral looks, but I am excited to create a neutral look with the 8 pan or this one. The only reason I was kind of upset with this one when I got it in the Ipsy bag, I can't do a cohesive look with this. I can't just use that as an all over shade and one of these as a topper. I can't do that. I'm not comfortable going that dark yet all over the eye. I can do grays, dark grays, a little bit of black at the edge, and do a smoky silver look, but something like that all over the eyes I'm not comfortable with yet. So I have to go in with a lighter transition shade, kind of build up the pigment, and then just do a darker shade at the very, very end and very, very lightly. But some people could create an entire look with just this and one of the 3 shimmers. I'm just not there yet. One day I will be. As of right now, no. Learning makeup is a process, but it's fun. So yeah, but anyway, we're gonna keep this. All right, here we have another little Amazon, super low on pigment, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Great for beginners and learning out how to blend and build up pigment and everything like that. Perfect for beginners or someone that likes the no makeup look. Very subtle. I'm gonna keep it. There's always a time and place for no makeup looks. Okay, so here we have this Makeup Revolution Alexa Stone Transformation Palette. And the only reason I got it at TJ Maxx for $4 freaking. And the only reason I got it was for this one shade right here. It really does, it shifts from like blue to white. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on camera. Oh, there we go. And it's so pretty. But this palette is so freaking long. I don't know. Ugh. I wish there was a way I could just cut and then just keep that singular shade. Because it is so pretty. I think they're just like little topper shades. I think that one actually has some pigment to it though. Just really kind of looks like the ColourPop Super Shock Ice Dream shade that I love so much. So I honestly don't think I need to keep it now that I'm looking at it. Because I'm not really big on that shade. I'm not really big on that, not on that one. The only ones I really like are that one, and maybe this one. Oh, that's pretty too. See, I've never even like actually, not big on that one. It's not worth it to keep, to be honest. I have this one basically in the ColourPop Super Shock Ice Dream shade. This one I've probably got somewhere else in another palette I've kept, but we're gonna let it go. Next, we've got the Juvia's Place Nubian Royal palette. This is not going anywhere. It's a stunning palette. I used this on it was a travel palette that I took with me to New York. Created beautiful, absolutely stunning looks with this, with purples. It's not going anywhere. Not at all. I love it. Next, we've got the Violets by Juvia's Place. Again, I can't let them go. I'm so sorry. I really can't. It's just beautiful. They're just pretty cool tones. I can't let it go. Purple is probably like my all-time favorite eye look to do. And I took this palette with me to New York as well. So they make fantastic travel palettes. And we got another purple ColourPop palette. I'm sorry. Got it at TJ Maxx for $5. Fantastic quality, great color payoff. I mean, it's buildable. It is great as a travel palette as well. I'm keeping it. And here is another Amazon palette, multi-chrome. Absolutely stunning. I'm not gonna lie. I have never tried like high quality multi-chromes. I definitely want to try like Divina, Gimme Glow, Cleona is another one that I really want to try. I just don't have the funds for that right now, and I know they have like Afterpay or like Klarna or what have you, but I only get Ipsy at the moment. I'm trying not to spend money on anything else other than Ipsy. So one day I will eventually branch out and get single shadows from those places, but as of right now, this is what I have to work with for multi-chromes, and they're absolutely beautiful. This one right down here is my favorite though. And for Amazon, and I mean, they're not super expensive either for Amazon, which is nice. Just watch the last two. They're absolutely stunning. I'm not entirely sure what this blue one right here is supposed to shift to. I don't really see a shift, but this one, it came shattered, but the formula is so freaking soft, but it's gorgeous. Like, it goes from like that green to blue. It may be kind of like very similar to my single shadow that I showed y'all. There it goes to like a blue. And probably some purple in there as well. Yeah, like a little bit of purple. But I'm not entirely sure what that blue one on the left is supposed to change to. I don't see it shifting much at all. That one down here is my absolute favorite. Kind of like green. That top one is that one, and then the bottom one is that one. Kind of goes like green, blue. Now they both look blue. There's some green. Trying to see in different lighting. Oh, it's just so pretty. I don't know what that top one is supposed to be. If you know, or if you can see any shifts, let me know in the comments, but I can't see any. But it's just so pretty. I do want to try like higher end multi-chromes at some point. It's just at the moment I can't right now, so this will have to do. But I did do a green eye look once with the single that I have in there that I definitely didn't declutter, and it turned out so beautiful. I have brown eyes, and I did not know green went well with brown eyes. Now I do, it looked really, really good. I was very pleased with the single that I got. Very pleased. And now I have this. I'm excited to give this a try too. Yes, definitely keeping that 100%. Okay, next we got two Natasha Denona palettes. This one is the Ayana palette. I actually took this on a trip down to my hometown to see my grandma and my brother, and it performed absolutely beautifully. I'm not getting rid of this one at all. It's stunning, and I'm not getting rid of the other one either. Even though I am not big on warm tones, I know this is more on the warm tone side than that Ayana one. I'm keeping this one too. I don't have any big Natasha Denona palettes. These are the only two Natasha Denona palettes that I do have. I'm just not ready to let them go yet. And yeah, this one's the Alloy palette. We're gonna keep the 5 pan palettes that I got in BoxyCharm and Ipsy. What are you doing? What are you here? Huh? Something going on outside? Huh? Cutie. Cat break. Okay, here we have the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I love this palette. It was the first, like, more expensive palette that my mom got me, like, a year and a half ago. It was because I saw someone on YouTube wearing this Moon Magic shade, and I fell in freaking love, and I wanted this palette so damn bad. And I'm so excited I have it. It's not going anywhere. It's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, we're 100% keeping this. The only shade I'm just so confused on is this one. I don't know what that is. It's a great palette. I love it. That Moon Magic shade is just, it's the best. So pretty, so beautiful, and the packaging is just, I love it. I don't know how many more palettes I'm gonna get rid of out of here. I'm so sorry. I'm just telling y'all now. I'm so sorry. And next we've got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I'm not getting rid of this either. I got it on BoxyCharm for really cheap, and I was so excited when I got it. It's just beautiful. And this like Supermoon shade here is just different. It's really different, but it's really pretty. It's just like so pretty. Just glitter, 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 and I love it. It's like you can kind of see all the different glitters too. Oh, love it. That's not going anywhere. It's great. Excuse you? Really? Ryker, what are you doing? And also, the packaging on here is just beautiful as well. I'm a sucker for good packaging. All right, next we have this Violet Voss Rainbow palette. I'm probably gonna keep it because that Fiji shade is so pretty, and the purples and blues over here are just gorgeous. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to keep it. Oh, that's just stunning. And that purple is just beautiful. I'm sorry. If I don't, you know, maybe in 6 months I'll be ready to let it go. But right now, I'm not ready yet. All right, here we have the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. I got it from like Nordstrom Rack or something like that in New York. And I only have like one other blue, like monochromatic palette, so I'm going to keep this. I've used this one and the Glamlight Icy palette to create a really pretty blue look before. So I want to keep this, but I got this just because it happened to be there at Nordstrom Rack when I was in New York, and I got it. But we are going to keep this just because I already have it. And I like I just said, I'm a sucker for packaging, and I love the packaging on this. It's big, it's bulky, it's a lot, but I love it. I love the packaging. I'm not getting rid of this at all either. My roommate, or ex-roommate, I don't have a roommate now. It's just me and my cat. But she got me this for my birthday a few years ago, and this is like a collector's item for me because I love Game of Thrones so much. Don't get me started on the last season. I'm not mad about where it ended. I kind of saw it all coming from the beginning. Don't listen if you haven't watched or if you start watching. I just knew it was coming. I just wish we had more time to get there. I wish we would have had full seasons of season 7, season 8, and maybe another season. Maybe up to 10 seasons. If we had full time to flesh everything out, I don't think people would have been as mad as they were if we would have had yeah. So anyway, I'm getting off topic. This is not a debate about Game of Thrones at this point. This is about makeup. I could talk about that all damn day. I'm not getting rid of this ever. It's a collector's item for me. Game of Thrones, as much as it drives me nuts the last season, it is still one of my all-time favorite TV shows. So, and I just can't let it, I can't let it go. It's just so cool. I love it. I love it. I just love the packaging. It's so great. I'm just not huge on a lot of the color stories. I just think this one is just a really nice, it goes together, it all works together, but it's more of a, ugh, so pretty. But for me, it's just more of like a collector's piece than anything else. Whenever my roommate got it for me, I cried because I was so damn excited, because she knew how much I liked Game of Thrones and stuff like that. So I cried when I unwrapped my gift. Now, have I ever actually played with it? Once. It maybe some of the shades are just a little like I'm not comfortable working with yet, so maybe that's why. But now that I'm a little bit more comfortable, I probably could. The only problem is I've never noticed on the Bay of Dragons one, that one down there, there's no matte. So you would have to go into something else to get a matte, and there's no matte up here either. Those are all sparkles. White Walker is a sparkle. Free Folk, they're all sparkly. The only mattes you get are Nymeria, House Lannister, and Lannister Red. I never noticed that before. Interesting. Like that, yeah. I love the palette, but like I said, it's just more of a collector's thing than anything for me. Alright, and here we have the ABH Norvina Volume 5 palette. Purple Lover's Dream. I'm not getting rid of this. It is too pretty. They're huge palettes, I know, but I've used this palette so many times, and I mean, the only 3 shades you can see that I've used a ton are that one, and that one. It's a beautiful palette, and I'm not ready to let it go. It's really good quality, and they blend beautifully. They are pigmented, not patchy. I'm not letting this go yet. I'm so sorry, but I just can't. And here is the ABH Norvina Volume 1 palette. Got this in the BoxyCharm ABH Takeover Premium box. I was originally going to get the orange one, but they lost my package, so they had to send out a replacement, and then I ended up getting this one, which I was so excited because I did not want the orange one at all. Did not like that color story at all. So I was excited I got this one. I'm gonna keep it for now because I really have never even played with it yet. And then they got like this really pretty hot pink shade, cool toned purples, and some other colors that I've never even tried to create a look with yet. Yellows, oranges, reds. It's not me yet, but eventually I'll get there. But as of right now, I'm not letting this go. I'm just not ready. And another huge packaging thing. I mean, it's got the whole damn oven, but I just like to keep everything in its original packaging. I can't freaking help it. I'm sorry. But this was one of the palettes that I got in that little Glamlight box. But it was whenever they were having all of their palettes, almost all of them, in a box that was like $99, and it came with like a set of lashes and a lip gloss and so many palettes. So that's how I got like almost all of my Glamlight palettes, with the exception of the Hershey Kiss one. I'm keeping it. It's just so pretty. And like I've said a million times before, I love Glamlight's formula. It's great. It's beautiful. Shimmers are fan-freaking-tastic. I love the quality of Glamlight's shadows. And I'm not letting this go. Those blues, I would love to create a look with like these right here, or the purples. Ugh! And that little lavender shade is just stunning. Yum. It's just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, these are not going anywhere. All right, here's a little Violet Voss, a little mini palette. It's the Forget Me Not. fun-sized one. It's really pretty. I think I'm gonna keep it just because it's got some really nice greens that I didn't know I had in there. And I kept the Oceanic palette from Ace Beauté, but this would be a good travel palette if I wanted to take it for blues, because all of my blue palettes are freaking huge other than the Glamlight one. So this one would be good to take as a travel palette. So I'm gonna keep it. And here we have this Ciate London, the Velvet palette. It came in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy, I'm not sure where. The shadows feel really good. I did swatch it for a Reddit post. That one shade right here is really, really pretty, but it's gonna be decluttered. And here we have a Bella Pierre eyeshadow palette that I got on Amazon. It's cute, it's nice, but I'm so freaking sorry. Bella Pierre is so freaking expensive when it shouldn't be. I mean, for crying out loud, you can get ColourPops for $14, 9 pans. You can get Juvia's Place for like $6 on sale. I got both of these palettes. This one for $6 and I think this one for $9. I got these on clearance, or not on clearance, but on a sale. There's no reason that these should be as expensive as they are. I'm sorry, that's just my honest opinion. That shade is really pretty, but honestly, I'm gonna declutter it and give it to my mom or someone because maybe she could get use out of it, but I can't. I just, it's no. I have kept enough neutral palettes that I don't need another one. So it can go to a better home. All right, well that's it. It's empty. And I knew damn well that this bin was not gonna be that great. I knew it going into it because it held my favorite palettes in it, and I knew I wasn't gonna let hardly any of them go. I let go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I let 6 of them go. That's better than what I expected. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go count and see what I kept and what I got rid of in this bin, and then we're gonna do the final everything. So I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm finally done with my declutter. I had a total of 60 palettes and I kept 43 and got rid of 17. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all, but it's a lot better than I expected. I honestly didn't expect to get rid of a single freaking palette, if I'm being honest. I have this thing where I am obsessed with eyeshadow palettes and I don't know why, but I didn't want to let any of them go. But I did, so I'm very proud of myself. This little pile up here is my mother's, and all this other stuff is what I've decluttered. So I don't have a huge makeup collection by any means. I just like to give back to people, whether it's giving away stuff from people I used to work with or people that need it more than I do. I just like giving back and just giving it away. And, you know, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I don't know yet. I may sell some of it if I can. I don't know how all that works. I've never sold anything like this I've never sold anything anywhere on any website. So I'm not entirely sure what to do next. All I do know is it's taking up my entire bed right now. So I need to do something with it. I do need to go through all the lip stuff and throw away some stuff and see if my mom wants any of it. Because some of it is like 5, 6, 7 years old and it needs to be thrown away. But all this stuff over here, like the powder, palettes, eyeshadow, highlighter, what have you, can be sold. Eyeshadows, single eyeshadows, or whatever. So I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with it next. I'll probably do this again in another 6 months because I'll have 6 Ipsies between now and then, and I'll have more stuff. I need to keep making more room because I don't have a huge makeup storage area. This is all I have. That's just like organizers for diamond painting and stuff like that. So I don't have a ton of room in my bedroom for more organizers. So I want to keep my collection as small as possible. I don't want it to get to the point where I have to start putting stuff in Ryker's room. I want to keep it to just what I have here, and every 6 months I'll go through everything and declutter more. If you enjoyed, I would love it if you subscribed, like, and comment. If you don't like this kind of content, that's totally fine. You do not have to do any of that stuff. I'm just here to film what I like doing, whether it's declutters, makeup tutorials, doing my lashes, doing a diamond painting, filming Ryker, what have you. I am just here to film what I like and share it with y'all. I choose not to have a lot of friends because I am a recovering addict, and it's just better when I keep my circle as small as possible. I'm just here to be happy, try and be happy as I can be, and film what I like doing. So if you like that, I would love it if you subscribed, but you don't have to. Do not feel obligated to do anything that you don't want to do. But y'all have a great night, and I'll start thinking about what I want to do next for the next video. But with that being said, let's go get a Ryker ending, because he is how we always end our videos here. Hello? Can you say bye? He doesn't meow that much, so you're not gonna get a lot out of him. Oh, cute baby. Is that a cute boy? Yeah. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. We're gonna bite. Yeah. He's like, nope, never mind. I'm not gonna bite, Mom. What are you doing? Are you waiting for ice cubes? Yeah. Oh. All right. Say bye, YouTube. Say bye. Oh, good boy.